Welcome to another Demarcation Media Q&A video. We have already hit 4K, and I feel like it was just yesterday that I was making the 3K Q&A video, and you guys absolutely just don't stop hitting that subscribe button. I cannot believe how quickly we have rocketed past 4K. I mean, it hovered, I watched it, it hovered at 3,999 for like 6 hours, and then I don't know what happened, but it just shot up past it. And so I think right now we're at 4,050 just about. So we are doing another Q&A video, but we have a bit of a twist this time. First of all, there's a face cam. Yes, I am not just a disembodied voice in reviews. I do have a face, at least. Yeah, I do. And also, instead of you guys asking me questions, I made a list of questions for you guys to answer. Although there was a little bit of confusion, we had some questions being asked on a different post, which technically I should ignore those because it's not part of the video, but there were a couple really good questions, so we will go over those. And then I think a couple people asked some questions on a video. Those will not be answered. I'm sorry. That's not what the video is. I can't go and look through all of my videos to see if somebody asked a question on there. So let me go ahead and grab my computer and we will start looking through those questions. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get my screen recorder set up, and the YouTube screen should take up your whole screen, and then my face should go off to the side. Hopefully I can get that editing to work properly, but we will go ahead, and now you should be able to see the YouTube page. Look right here up at the top. Looks like we're still slightly beneath 4,050, but good grief. You guys are amazing. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and look at the questions that I set up. If you answered the question on here, or the questions, you obviously already saw the list of them, but for some of you, you're probably seeing this for the first time, so let's go ahead and look at the questions. So, question number 1 is, do you collect Lego, Mega, or both? First, Mega Construx and or Lego set, because I do both. I do reviews of both sets on this channel, so we can have both. Why did you start collecting? That can encompass Lego, Mega, or action figures. What is your dream set? That can be either Lego or Mega. And I didn't really specify if that was a set that was already out and it's just one you really wanted to get, or if that was a set that didn't exist and you wanted to see made. Both types of answers are accepted. Why are you a fan of Halo? That's question number 5. Number 6, ODSTs, Spartans or Marines? Question number 7, how big is your collection? And question number 8, do you use your collection for mocks, photos, or stop motions? So we are going to go ahead and launch into the answers. We have Enforcer 0. Let's see. Number 1, both. Both brands have their strengths and their weaknesses, but I couldn't imagine Lego doing COD or Halo the justice that Mega has. I 100% agree with that, Enforcer. That is a great answer. I think Lego, I think I've said this before, Lego has its charm, and I think Lego fits pretty well for Star Wars and Marvel. It does Marvel pretty well, but I think if Lego were to try and do Halo, it would fall so short. Just purely the fact that you can't get the figures into a nice rifle holding pose would kind of ruin the whole effect. So, yeah, I agree with that. Number 2, my first Mega set was actually a couple of the first ones. I got the UNSC Gauss Hog vs. Covenant Locust and the original Aerial Ambush. They both got returned because the quality was so bad, particularly on the Aerial Ambush set, that I cut myself on the sharp corners of the pieces and started to bleed trying to force some of them to stay together. My next set I picked up, wanting to give Meg another chance due to my love of Halo, was the UNSC Rocket Hog burst anti-aircraft gun, and I've been collecting sets ever since. That's rough. I have not heard of the parts cutting people. I'm glad Mega has upped their game with the quality control. So answer number 3 is the love of Halo. So Enforcer got into collecting Mega because of Halo. Question number 4, and this is the, let's see, question. What I'll do is I'll pop up the question that's being answered on the screen so that you guys know what's going on here. Okay, what is your dream set? That's number 4. I would love a giant multiplayer map set of some sort or a structure-based set. We have all of these amazing figures, but only a couple of vehicles to put them in, and that's it. So the rest go in a drawer. Yes, I agree with that. We need more structures just to be able to set up big fights. Like the Assault on High Ground set. That's a perfect example of the kind of sets we need more of. Just like a big structure, scaled properly to the vehicles, and a bunch of places to put figures. That's what we need. Dream Lego sets of mine would be modular Hoth Echo Base. Interesting. There was the UCS Hoth Echo Base that people kind of want to not call UCS, but that was kind of close to modular, but it fell a little bit short, so that would actually be very cool. Number 5. I love the environment, story, designs, and music. It's all perfect. Yep, you are correct. All right, number 6. ODSTs are by far the best foot soldiers, but they can't be beat by Spartans. So I'm guessing that means you're a fan of ODSTs. 7. Massive, but I don't have every set. A large portion of them, including the SDCC exclusive sets that have come out. I bought at or below retail every signature series set except the NMPD Pelican Air Base, which I still regret and will buy at some point. Dang. Still, that's a pretty good handful of SIG series sets, and that sounds like an impressive collection. 8. Mocks, I guess. I would like to make dioramas with the sets, and then I won't touch them. Well, fair enough. I mean, display is a perfectly valid way to use your sets. All right, that was Enforcer 0, and we will go to the next one. This is Santiago Bravo. Number 1. I collect Mega, I just like the style more than Legos. That is perfectly fair. There is a huge difference in style. Mega is much more almost an action figure company, and Lego is much more focused on the more blocky like minifigures and bricks and how all that works together. My first Mega set was probably the Master Chief Cryo set. It was a proper introduction to Mega, but technically 3 years prior, while playing hide and seek near apartments, I found someone else's trashed sets, which were a Warthog and a Scorpion, both of which were missing pieces. It's a bittersweet memory. I never understand who would throw out either Mega or Lego sets. Like, who would do that? That doesn't compute to me. Maybe for some people that just think they're just toys, maybe. That hurts, though. That hurts. 3. I used to collect them back when Halo 5 hype was growing, but lost most of my sets when I was moving. I think my box was accidentally thrown out. Oh! That hurts even more. I heard a couple different stories about this happening. The thought of just losing your whole collection, ooh, that hurts. Ugh. I just started collecting again recently. I don't know why or how I got to this point, but a lot of it had to do with Infinite coming out, and I guess promotions of Mega Construx had my attention. Plus, I enjoyed the detail, build, design, and figures more than I thought. I just collected them as a hobby to pass time, but it grew more into it ever since looking at channels. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, I think Infinite kind of brought a lot of people back into Mega Construx because I think Infinite has kind of brought Mega back to the forefront of people's minds, because sure, Mega was around before Infinite, and there were sets before, like even in between Halo 5 and Infinite, but like it wasn't like a big solid wave that could pop up in Target or whatever. So I think Mega jumping on the bandwagon with Infinite as much as they did was a perfect choice. Alright, question number 4. As much as I love the Scarab, my dream set is the Mammoth. Ever since it was introduced, I really like its overall desert design and those monster-sized beetles. Yes, the Mammoth is really, really cool, and I kind of hope we get to see it again in Infinite. I'm kind of thinking we won't, but that would be really cool. Just imagine being able to commandeer an entire Mammoth and just drive it into one of those, like, banished facilities and just wreck the place with a Mammoth. That would be awesome. The set itself, too, I've seen some pictures of it. I don't personally have it, but I've seen some pictures, and it looks like an absolute monster. Alright, question number 5. I'm a fan of Halo because of the heroism theme it has. It is really fun to be absorbed in the game. It wasn't until 4 that I really got into the lore and liked the concept of giving personality / emotion to Master Chief. Yeah, the whole, like, heroic theme to Halo, because you have stuff like the movie Alien and stuff along those lines, where you have just the evil, scary aliens attacking, and then the humans really can't do much. The whole thing of Halo is taking that kind of story and then dropping in Master Chief and the other Spartans, and just having it, instead of being a one-sided fight, you have this actual, like, cool battle. And I definitely agree. That makes Halo one of the best, like, sci-fi stories that I have heard of, personally. And yeah, the idea of them expanding on the personality and emotion of Master Chief, I think that was a really good choice for 343 to kind of go diving into Chief being an actual human, because there's only so far you can go with a protagonist who has no emotions. Like, you can, to a degree, you can keep that going, but eventually it gets old and you're like, come on, just, like, give us something. Alright, number 6, ODST. I think the aesthetic and lore of them is really complemented when compared to the Spartans and Marines. Yeah, they're kind of like the in-between, the Marines, and then you have the ODST and then the Spartans. They're kind of like, the ODST are kind of the in-between, and they're not necessarily the super soldiers that the Spartans are. They're just highly trained, normal guys that do their job really, really well, and that's a pretty cool idea. Not that big. I can fit my collection on my desk. Oh, this is question number 7. Not that big. I can fit my collection on my desk. It says a couple hundred, so I guess a couple $100 worth. I plan to continue collecting them. Yeah, there's a lot of sets coming out. It is a good time to be collecting Mega Construx. Number 8. I don't do any of those, but maybe I'll do mocks. I don't know. Kind of just been collecting for fun at the moment, but looking at mocks have been nothing intriguing. I don't quite understand that, but yeah, give some mocks a try. And it says, congrats when you hit 4K. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alrighty, so we've covered 2 answers so far. So hopefully you've got some popcorn and a comfortable seat or something, because we are going to go through all of these. So let's see. Jalen Knapp. Hopefully if I pronounce anybody's names incorrectly, I apologize. YouTube names sometimes can be a little bit difficult to pronounce and guess pronunciation. Okay, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. Question number 1. I've been collecting Halo Mega Bloks / Construx sets for about 10 years now, and this year I've been collecting Lego Star Wars again. Very cool. I think that's a nice little duality going there. I'm sure the Mega Construx collection, 10 years, that's a lot of Mega Construx. But having the Halo stuff and then the Lego Star Wars stuff, I always think that having Lego and Mega kind of the figures displayed side by side just makes the good attributes of both like pop a little bit more. So I think that's pretty cool. My first Halo character I got was a purple EOD from Wave 6 of the older figures. My first set was a Spectre Ambush set. I believe the set came out in 2014. I found another at my local Rite Aid in 2020? What? That's a good find. That is a really, really good find. I've heard some other people finding like Series 2 or 3 blind bags in like Walgreens, and even like the Marvel blind bags back when Mega had the Marvel license. That's very cool. That is very cool. Number 3, I actually started collecting Halo sets because I accidentally stumbled on the Assault on Squad 45 episodes 1 to 4 video and then Thrill Squad, and that helped reel me in to collect Halo Mega Block sets. Assault on Squad 45 was an amazing stop motion. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely go and watch it. Just go up to your YouTube search bar, type in Assault on Squad 45, and you will find it. It was all with the old articulation, but the animators that did it, they are spot on. I don't know what the Thrill Squad is. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Maybe I'll have to look that up. My dream set at the moment, this is question number 4. My dream set at the moment is the upcoming Falcon set, which has all of Noble Team. I've always wanted to own a Falcon, and I'm also missing George and Carter in my collection. Yes, I think a lot of people would agree with you on that one. The Falcon is pretty much a dream come true with all of Noble Team and the Falcon. I really, really, really hope that Mega gets the release correct. Question number 5. I love Halo mainly because I'm about the same age as the first game. Alrighty. Ever since I can remember, I've been playing Halo, CE, and as I got older and got an Xbox, I've had many memorable memories with Halo games and with my best friend. Very cool. Question number 6. Spartans first, then ODSTs, and last but not least, Marines. Very nice. Question number 7. I believe I have almost 600 figures total and about 25 sets. My prize sets are the Spirit Dropship and the Arena Battle Champions set. That is impressive. The Arena Battle Champions set is one of the coolest sets I think that Mega has made, and I really wish they would do it again. We haven't, like I was saying in my 20th anniversary review, we don't get a lot of those just big figure packs anymore. I think there was the Faithful vs. Fallen, Outland Skirmish, and the Arena Champions pack. Yeah, I think those are the main ones. Let me know in the comments if I forgot one. And question number 8. As of now, I do not use my collection for mocks, but I have some photos and stop motions. After seeing your pictures and others from our community, it definitely has made me want to do more with sharing my collection with those 3 things. Also, congrats on 4K subscribers. Keep up the work and those pictures, my guy. Thank you, Jalen. And you definitely should at least do some more photos. I know stop motion can be kind of difficult, and you need like a decent sized space and some extra equipment. But doing photos, basically all you need is a phone. And there's some great, especially on the subreddit, there's some great examples of Mega Construx photography. So definitely keep at it. All right, we have Kami Chief. Question number 1. I collect both. I grew up with both, and they have their aspects that I love and hate, but they're still great. I also love Halo, Pokemon, and Star Wars. Yep, I agree with that. They, both Lego and Mega, have the good aspects, and they have the ones that are like, guys, why? First Lego set has slipped my mind as it was so long ago, but my first Mega set ever was possibly the Halo 4 era Mantis. That's pretty cool. I haven't actually gotten a Mantis. Like, I don't have a Mantis in my collection at all, which maybe I should change that. Maybe I need to hunt down a Mantis. But that's pretty cool. The Halo 4 era Mantis would have been, that still would have been old articulation, I think. Let's see. Question number 4. No. Question number 3. I'm almost skipped one. Back when I started, I was a kid and they looked cool, and they were. Nowadays, it's to satiate my inner child, plus they still look cool. Yeah. Hard to go wrong with that. Question number 4. For Lego Star Wars, definitely an ATTE. Lego, please remake it. Yeah, it's been a while since we've had an ATTE. I think the Attack of the Clones set wave from 2013 was the last one, and it's very expensive now. For Halo Mega, Phantom, either Covenant or Banished is fine with me. For Pokemon, a tough one, but frankly, just more Evolution Trio sets that ain't Kanto. Yes, the Phantom, we do need a new Phantom. There's a theory that we're going to be getting a new Banished one at some point soon, which seems likely since, you know, Halo Infinite has featured the Banished Phantom a fair bit. I really know nothing about Pokemon, so I'm going to have to take your word for it. Alright, question number 5. I grew up with Halo as it was one of the first series I played and thoroughly enjoyed. Very cool. Number 6, ODSTs, no contest. ODSTs have gotten a lot of support so far in this video. I think we've had one person saying Spartans first, and everyone else has said ODSTs. Question number 7. I have most of the Halo Infinite line, minus a couple things, and I got like half the Lego Star Wars sets in the past year, plus some older stuff. Mainly Republic clones, Empire, and First Order stuff, plus some main characters. Sounds like you have a very well-rounded collection. 8. If I had the room, I may use them for mocks, but right now I just display them and take some photos now and then. Nice. Yeah, that space is a big problem. Like, there's all these things you can build and whatnot, but space always can kind of be a project killer. But yeah, if you have them on display, just take them down and do a couple photos and put them back up. Easy as that. Alrighty. Next, we have Daniel Hernandez. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Daniel is a pretty frequent commenter on the channel. Question number 1. I used to collect Lego, specifically the 2010 Ninjago sets, but I stopped and started collecting the Infinite Wave. Okay, that's a big difference, going from Ninjago to Halo, but very cool. The first Mega set was the UNSC Brute Skirmish. Was that the one with... Which one was that one? Was that the one with the, like, yellow Spartan and, like, the little piece of terrain and then a Prowler? Was that the one? Or was that the one with the ODST? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. I started collecting because I was familiar with the Mega Bloks brand and I saw YouTube videos about the Infinite Wave. Okay, so Infinite kind of, again, doing its job and bringing people into the Mega Construx fan base. My dream set is the 2011 Mega Bloks Elephant because Halo 3 is my favorite game. That is a pretty impressive set. I had one briefly, kind of a sort of incomplete one, and it's a monster. It's really big. You can fit like a whole warthog in there. Funny story, but I get Mega Bloks first before I ever played a Halo game. Fair enough. I mean, that's kind of how it was for me. I was getting the Mega Construx figures, and I still have really not played much Halo, so I get that. Marines, because having a lot of them at mocks looked natural, in my opinion, compared to different colored ODST/Spartans. Yes, you have a point. Having a whole mock of a battleground with like 50 Spartans does look a little bit more awkward than having a mock with like 50 Marines. I think ODSTs fall in the middle. Typically the ODSTs I don't think went in big like groups of 50 because they would drop in, do their thing, and try and get out. So yeah, I agree with that. Well, okay, so question number 7. Well, I don't need a shelf yet, so that's something. It consists of 2 drawers. That could be a lot of things. Like, what size are we talking here? Are we like little drawer or like big drawer? Something to think about. Question number 8. Use it for mocks, but starting more like trying to do photos. Well, as Yoda said, do or do not, there is no try. Just get your figures out there. All you have to do is set them on the dirt, take a picture. I mean, your first results might not be amazing works of art, but if it's fun, just keep doing it. Alrighty, next up is the Xbox Productions, another pretty frequent commenter on the channel. Question number 1. I only collect Mega. Fair enough. My my first Mega set was the Rapid Attack Covenant Ghost. That was a little set, wasn't it? It was just like the Ghost and then an Elite. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the set it was. Question number 3. I can't remember why I started collecting Mega. Okay. I mean, you're here. You're collecting it. Guess that's good enough. Number 4. My dream Mega set would be a re-release of the 2014 Elephant or a Banished Phantom. The set should include either one of the two vehicles and should have at least 5 Banished or UNSC figures and 15 to 25 Flood figures. 15 to 25? Are you talking like infection forms? Because that seems like it would be possible, but 15 to 25 like tanks or combat forms? That seems like a lot, but I don't know. I mean, Mega did a set with all of Noble Team. We didn't think that was possible, so anything is possible. Question number 5. I'm a fan of Halo because of the story and the lore. Yep, I agree with that. I am also a fan of Halo because of that. Halo has such an expansive story and expansive lore that even goes beyond all of the games. It's a lot to take in. Question number 6. I don't know what this question is trying to ask. I think you're asking what my favorite out of the 3. If so, my favorite are ODSTs. Yes, I was asking which was your favorite. And once again, we have an ODST supporter. ODSTs are getting a pretty good amount of love here. Question number 7. My collection is small in my opinion. I've collected $430 worth of Mega since 2019. I wouldn't say that's small. That sounds like you have a pretty respectable sized collection. $430, like, I don't think that's a small collection. Question number 8. I only use my collection in photos. Fair enough. I mean, I do the same thing. I don't really do a ton of mocks or whatever, and I don't do any stop motions because I just don't have the equipment for it. So, very cool. Very, very cool. Next up, we have Heat Seeker Gaming. Question number 1. Since I have more Lego sets than Mega sets, I decided to expand my collection and start buying more Mega sets, mostly because of the far... I can't speak. Good grief. Because of the Spartan figures. Excuse me. Yeah, the Spartans, getting a Master Chief in particular was why I started collecting, so I definitely understand the appeal of getting some of those Spartans, because, I mean, like, these guys are just really cool. The way that they sculpt the armor so crisp and clean, very, very cool. Their detail surpasses some of the action figures, actually, like the bigger ones. Okay, question number 2. Let's hope I can speak properly this time. The first Mega Construx set I got was the new Infinite Warthog Rally, but I can't remember the first Lego set I got, as that was years ago. I must have still been a baby. Yeah, I can understand that. Like, when you start collecting Lego and you're just really small, and it's just kind of part of your toys as you're growing up, you're not really going to remember what your first set was. Yeah, it looks like, once again, Infinite bringing in some new Mega Construx fans. That's very cool. And the Warthog Rally is a fantastic set to start out. It's basically the Halo starter set, in my opinion. I mean, you get the Warthog, you get the Master Chief, you get a Marine, and then you get a little handful of the Jackals to fight them. It's perfect. Question number 3. I first started getting into Lego because they had themes I liked, like Star Wars and dinosaurs, and because it was Lego, of course. I started collecting Mega because of my undying love for Halo. Very cool. Yeah, Mega is basically, if you want good Halo merch, in my opinion, it's the one-stop place for Halo. Because you've got companies like McFarlane did quite a few Halo figures, and they look amazing, but they pose like a brick. Like, fiddling with them really feels like you can't really do anything with them at all. And then I think Square Enix had a line, and they're big. They're like that. They're expensive, like really expensive, like a couple $100 each. Now Jazzwares is getting on the train and doing their line, but it's just starting up. And I think Hasbro tried to do a few here and there, but the lines are just not as complete as Mega Construx. I mean, you can army build Mega Construx like Marines and stuff so easily, whereas army building, even the new Jazzwares figures, is not quite as easy. So, yes. Okay. Question number 4. All the Mega sets basically, because I've never had a Mega Construx set till now. Well, then you've got a lot of collecting to do, and most of it should be within your reach. And Halo Universe line is starting, so anything is possible. Question number 5. I originally loved Halo because of Master Chief and how awesome he is. Sorry, I can't actually say what's there, because, yeah. But then I started to appreciate Halo because 4 was the first one I ever played, and it was because it was the first FPS I ever played too. Very cool. For me, actually, the Halo 4 Chief, like Halo 4 and 5 Chief, was kind of the definitive look for Chief. And yeah, like, even if you're not a Halo fan, you know who Master Chief is and how cool he is. Question number 6. It's between ODSTs and Spartans, to be honest. Got a toss-up this time? Got a toss-up. Question number 7. It's pretty sizable. Of course, I only have 1 Mega set, 3 Heroes figures, and the rest are just Lego Star Wars and Lego Speed Champions. Speed Champions is awesome. Actually, I got a review for this set coming out pretty soon. I don't know, it might have come out already before this video or not. But if you're not a Lego fan, and Lego has kind of been interesting you a little bit, go ahead and buy one of these. These sets are awesome. The 8-stud wide cars are... my mind was blown building this. Definitely worth the purchase. Question number 8. I've never done stop motion before, mainly because it takes a lot of time and patience. I only use my figures for photography, but I wouldn't mind doing 1 or 2 animations. Yeah, doing stop motion does take a lot of time, a lot of patience. You have to be willing to sit there and move the figure and then take the picture, move the figure and take the picture. I think phones kind of make it a little bit easier now. When I was doing stop motion, I was using just a camera. And if you're thinking of doing stop motion and you just have a normal camera, do not just use the pictures like over and over again, because cameras are not really meant to take like a couple hundred pictures, just like click, 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 and the shutter will wear out really quick. I broke a camera doing that, which is why I haven't done stop motions in a while. But very cool. So that was all of Heatseeker Gaming's answers. Alrighty, we have one from Megatron, except Megatron has some numbers in there. Question number 1. Oops. Both, but I favor Meg. Yep. Understandable. Question number 2. An older Spider-Man Lego set that came with Doc Ock and an armored truck. Was that... I think that was part of the Ultimate Spider-Man lineup. I think I know what set you're talking about. If it's the one I'm thinking of, like, it's like a green truck and then Doc Ock and Spider-Man. Yeah. Alright, question number 3. I started collecting because I like building sets, and now I like collecting them for displays. Very cool. Question number 4. My dream set is the Lego Star Wars UCS A-Wing, or if I got to decide one to make, a banished Scarab with Pavium and Vortis. Maybe some leaders from the Halo Wars game as a mini line of Halo heroes would be cool as well. Yeah, I would be 100% on board with that. Halo Wars is... I don't know, like, the general opinion of Halo Wars, but in my opinion, especially Halo Wars 2, has some of the best add-on lore to Halo ever. And yeah, I don't think we'll ever see Pavium and Vortis as actual figures, but because of the Universe line, you never know. We might end up getting a banished Scarab. Yeah, some more of the leaders as re-releases would be pretty cool. I mean, we already got Jerome, so why not another Cutter or Anders, or maybe even a Isabel as a full figure. Question number 5. I love Halo for the story. All of the books, games, shows, and comics all play into one interesting sci-fi story with excellent characters and concepts. Excuse me. I still haven't shook my cough. yeah, there's a lot there to really dig into. I haven't. Well, let's see. What is there other than Halo Legends and Forward Unto Dawn that's like a show for Halo that hasn't come out yet? That is. Because like we had the Halo show coming that may or may not be normal, like normal Halo. There's not a ton to watch yet, I don't think. I really hope they get the show right because that would be a lot of fun. Good grief. I'm probably going to end up cutting that out, but okay. Question number 6. ODSTs because they can do what Spartans can without the augmentation, and they have cool drop pods. Yeah. Once again, ODSTs win out over Spartans and Marines. Yeah, they're basically just like Marines doing Spartan things, I guess. Question number 7. Pretty big. Okay. I guess we're just going to take your word for it. I don't know what pretty big means to you, Megatron, but alrighty. Question number 8. I use it for photos and just to fiddle with them when I'm not doing anything. Yeah, honestly, if you're just sitting here bored and you've got some Mega figures on your desk, just sitting there and just kind of posing them up, seeing what you can do, it's a lot of fun. Can I get Chief to stay? Yeah, there we go. Alright, Rogue Studios. Do you collect Halo? Alright, Rogue Studios. Question number 1. I actually used to collect both, but I started collecting MCX purely in 2018. Not that LEGO isn't amazing though. I just like the way MCX does things with their licenses. Yeah, LEGO and Mega Construx have a very different way of dealing with their licenses. LEGO they kind of find ways to just rehash the stuff that people already have. For example, in Star Wars, pretty much every single wave has an X-Wing. And that would be like Mega having a Warthog that looked almost exactly the same in every single wave. And they did that for a little bit, Mega did. But they start to listen to their fans a little bit more, Mega does, as opposed to LEGO, which they just kind of do their thing and people buy it anyway. Which both ways of doing things have their merits, but I definitely like the way that Mega listens to us fans more and tailors the waves of sets a little bit more that way. Alright, question number 2. My first MCX set was the Last Man Standing zombie set. My first LEGO set was the Endor Rebels battle pack with 2 Rebels and 2 Imperials. Yes, I know what set you're talking about. That was actually one when I was younger that I was like, oh yes, I'm definitely going to get that one. I'm definitely going to get that one. And then I ended up not getting it and it retired. And to this day, I haven't gotten it. But yeah, I know exactly which set you're talking about. And then the Last Man Standing zombie set. Wasn't there 2 of those? There was a old articulation one and a new articulation one. So, which one was it? Question number 3. For me, I always thought these little toys were so cool. I was introduced to it out of the blue by a friend in 2nd grade, and that's actually how I found out about Halo in general. It was like around 2011 when I started on Halo and MCX. Well, there you go. Halo and Mega Construx are just going absolutely hand in hand and bringing in fans to both sides. Question number 4. I've always loved the Falcon and Halo Reach. The concept is so cool and very fun to play around with in-game. For a whole fleet of them, you just get Fortunate Son vibes. I don't actually know what that is. Maybe someone can explain to me in the comments. But this year, we're getting another Falcon, so my dream set is that one in particular. Yes, I think your sentiment there will be shared by a lot of people. Question number 5. Oh, I can go on for hours why I am, but the simple thing is, well, it's just simply awesome. Fighting aliens and going against impossible odds as the Master Chief is awesome. The world and concept there that's displayed is just my general area. I like every single thing about it. Yep, once again, you really can't go wrong with that. Question number 6. ODSTs definitely. Love the fact that they drop in out of orbit and act in stealth ops. Halo 3 ODST really set the stage for them, and I really love that game. My favorite, but sadly not enough of them in my collection. Yeah, it's really easy to get Spartans, and it's pretty easy to get Marines, but getting ODSTs is kind of rare these days. We've got an ODST helmet in the Marine Sniper, and we will be getting another one with the new Gungus. And of course, we got Mickey in the 20th set. But yeah, just ODSTs hasn't been like super common lately. Question number 7. Well, this past year I've sold all of my older MCX stuff, then some of my modern MCX. The collection has been quite iffy, but now all I have are infinite sets and mostly in just a few older but articulated MCX sets. But still kind of large that it takes up my entire desk I have set up in my room. Not bad. Yeah, like, I know for some people they can get a huge collection, and having a massive collection works out great for them. And sometimes, you know, you just gotta sort through every now and again, keep the stuff you really like, and sell off the extras. And you'll be helping out other fans in the process. Question number 8. Bro, that is what I do. LOL. I do custom builds, mocks, lots of stop motion, collecting purposes like amassing an army, the whole shebang. Very cool. I think that's so far first person we've had that does both mocks and stop motions. That takes some dedication. For those of you who are wondering why why this video cuts, my camera actually has a 28-minute filming limit, so if I go past 28 minutes, it'll just stop recording, so I have to make sure that doesn't happen. Anyway, let's see. Okay, let me make sure we're on the right track. Yeah, we still got quite a few to go, but we are next on to rapid action animations. I collect Mega Construx. Very straightforward. We know exactly what we're getting into here. My first Mega Construx sets was some Spartans from blind bags around 2014, 2015. I'm not super familiar with the transition between old articulation and new, and like when that was, so maybe somebody tell me in the comments, would those Spartans have been new style or old? Question number 3. I got them younger and then got interested in their design and from watching Mega Construx animators. Very cool, very cool. Question number 4. My dream set is probably some modern articulation flood set or an alien set. Yeah, we do need some modern articulation flood. We haven't really gotten much of that. I think we got the alpha form in one of the blind bag series, and that's most of it. Question number 5. I'm a fan of Halo because of its lore, story, music, fun gameplay, and aesthetic. Rounds it out pretty well. Question number 6. ODST / Marines. A lot of ODST fans here. A lot of ODST fans. Question number 7. My collection is not that big. It takes up 2 flat containers with many separators. I'd guess around 100 to 150. Well, I mean, if you think of them as more like minifigures, that doesn't sound like all that much, although 100 to 150, that's pretty big. But if you think about them as the action figures that they are, and then think about what that would be if they were more like 6-inch action figures, 100 to 150 is actually a massive collection. Question number 8. I've been doing stop motion for around 3 years and upload them to YouTube. It's been great to know the community, and I've had lots of fun with it. Oh yeah, you should go check out Rapid Action Animation's channel. I've seen a couple of his videos. He's pretty good at what he does. Next up, we have Aliens Are Real, number 1. Question number 1. I mostly collect Mega. Question number 2. The blue and tan Spartan customizer that was a part of the giveaway. Yes! That giveaway just closed, and the winners have gotten their prizes, or at least it's in the mail on its way to them. But yeah, that's a great set to start out with, because you get to kind of feel how modular the Halo system for Mega Construx is. That's a very good starter set. Question number 3. I'm a fan of Halo. So in this case, we have a Halo fan who found Mega Construx because of Halo, and we've had some people that were Mega Construx fans and found about Halo because of Mega Construx. My dream set would be Mega Construx Pelican Inbound. Yeah, that's a really good set. Actually, you know what? Hang on just a second. Ugh. There it is. Look at that. Kind of dusty. I've had it up on the shelf for a little bit, but yeah, it's a good set. It's a very good set. You know, can I get it to sit here? Can we get this to fit in? There we go. There we go. The Pelican will sit with us for the rest of the video. Let's see. Question number 5. It was the first game I played on my Xbox 360. Nice, nice. Oh, and look at this. Question number 6. ODST, gang. ODSTs for the win. Question number 7. Not that big considering I started collecting again at the beginning of 2020. Well, I mean, the 2020 to 2021 line has been pretty expansive, so your collection might be pretty big. Question number 8. Mostly mocks. Very, very cool. All right, next up we have Alves 117. Question number 1. I collect both Lego and Mega, but it alternates depending on what I'm interested in. What? Yeah, honestly, I understand that. Like, I'll go through different phases of like collecting a bunch of Mega, then a bunch of Lego. Honestly, it depends on the release season too, for like if Lego's putting out sets or if Mega is. Question number 2. Honestly, don't remember my first Mega set, as when I got Mega, it was always large lots on eBay or car boot sale, but I think it was a small 2-piece drop pod with ODSTs. However, first Lego was Duplo as a kid. Wow, okay, so you got into collecting pretty early. Question number 3. The games had really cool characters, so getting them in fig form was really cool. Yes, it's hard to go wrong with getting almost perfect representations of the in-game characters, small enough to hold in the palm of your hand. Question number 4. Dream set would be the Phantom, or for Lego, the UCS Millennium Falcon. Okay. The UCS Millennium Falcon, I know Mega's got some big sets, but that blows everything out of the water. Literally, like if you hold it, it's like this big. That would... I don't know how much I would like just owning it, but I think getting to build that beast would be amazing. Question number 5. I'm a fan of Halo because it was the first FPS game I played and it was so cool. It had diverse characters in terms of aliens and cool Spartan armors, also being a reason I love the MCX phase. Yeah. It is very diverse. I mean, you have other shooters like Call of Duty, and I don't want to be mean to Call of Duty, but Call of Duty has, for the most part, not quite as diverse character designs, just because it is based on more modern military, and we don't have things like the giant colored armors of the Spartans or the elites. So it's a little bit more generic as opposed to Halo with like all of them look different. Question number 6. ODST. I do love Spartan, but the ODST looks cool. It looks so cool, and in the games are rare to encounter them, making their presence so cool. Reason why I love Halo 3 ODST, as I get to be one. Yeah, we get to see Master Chief a lot. We don't get to see a ton of other Spartans until like Halo 4. Yeah, it's pretty rare to come across ODSTs in the game, unless you're playing ODST. Question number 7. Would not call it huge, but got enough figs to fill several trays and containers and vehicles, taking up several shelves. Sounds pretty respectable. I mean, huge is kind of a relative term. I don't know that I would call my collection huge, but some people might. Well, my camera died right in the middle of me talking. Gotta love it. So, let me just do a quick recap of what I was saying before. Alves117 was saying that he wouldn't call his, or they wouldn't call their collection huge. I guess I shouldn't say he, because Alves117 is a pretty, I don't want to say generic, neutral. That's what I'm looking for, neutral name. Anyway, they're saying they wouldn't call their collection huge, and I was saying huge is kind of a relative term. Like, I wouldn't call my collection huge necessarily, but for some people, they might see it and go, oh my goodness, that's a huge collection. And then other people might see it and go, wow, that's kind of a small collection. So, you know, don't necessarily judge your collection based on how big it is compared to other people's collections. I would say judge it more based on how complete it feels to you and how satisfied you are with it. Okay, question number 8. I use them for mocks. I haven't done any stop motion yet, but I do plan on practicing it and maybe making some cool stop motion clips. Yes, please do that. I would love to see what you come up with. And then they say, by the way, love your vids, and I do hope to see your channel grow. I appreciate it. Okay, we have 9 more to answer, so I might pick up the pace a little bit. But next up, we have Chonky Chief. Good to see you again, Chonky Chief. You used to go by Heavy Weapons Guy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. Okay, question number 1. I mainly collect Halo Mega Construx, but I do collect a little Star Wars Lego. We've seen that a fair bit. Halo and Halo Mega Construx and Star Wars Lego seem to go hand in hand for like a little bit. Not necessarily like you collect one, you have to collect the other, but it seems like they complement each other pretty well. Question number 2. My first Mega set was the Warthog run, and my first Lego set was the Mandalorian Speeder. Mandalorian Speeder. Which Mandalorian Speeder is that? Because there was the Mandalorian Battle Pack that had a Mandalorian Speeder. And then there was the one that had the Death Watch Mandalorians and Darth Maul. And the Warthog run, that was a semi-recent set. What was that? 2019 set? I actually didn't get it because I didn't like the look of that chief. I kind of regret not getting it now, but oh well. Question number 3. I started collecting Mega because I saw the domains Halo 3 ODST mock and got hooked. Lego just kind of happened. Yeah, Lego kind of just does happen. But that's really cool. I'm pretty sure I have seen that mock in particular, but maybe I need to go back and look at it again. That must have been a slightly older one. I found the domain because of his Infinity giveaway. It just popped up on my YouTube page one day, and I was like, why is this guy talking about Mega Construx on a beach? But anyway. Question number 4. A Halo 3 Forward Unto Dawn. That set is so expensive now. It's not even funny how expensive it is. Like, it has no right being that expensive. Some people might disagree with me. They might think that that's a perfectly, like, sound price for it, but I don't think so. Question number 5. I got a pack of Halo 3 and ODST and played it with my brother for hours. It will always be my favorite games of all time. Oh, that's cool. So they sold them in like 2 packs? I don't feel like games really do that too much anymore. I guess a lot of bundles are going to more digital things, so that would be why. Question number 6. ODSTs for sure. I've always loved those Hell Jumpers. ODSTs again. ODSTs again. Question number 7. I would say my collection is probably around 1,200, but I'm not sure. Dang. If you just started collecting when the Warthog run came out, that's impressive. Question number 8. I mostly use for mocks. Nice. Very nice. Alright, next up we have 13 Red Fire. Question number 1. I collect Mega, but I have a few sets of Lego. Seems par for the course, you know, even if you're mostly collecting Mega, it's nice to have a Lego set or two just to have something to shake up the, I don't want to say monotony because it's not necessarily monotony, but just to shake it up a little bit, have something different. Question number 2. My first set from Mega was the first Ghost and the first Warthog at the same time. And the Lego Dragon Orange. I don't remember the name. I don't have the box. Could have been a creator set, or it could have been Ninjago. I'm not sure. I need to see a picture. Question number 3. Because I really like the figures of Halo from Mega and McFarlane. Oh, so both Mega and McFarlane in the same collection. Nice. Number 4. The set Warthog Run. I like all of the set, the 2 Hunters, Chief, and Arbiter Halo 3 version, and the Warthog himself. That Warthog is pretty good. I have the Arctic Hog, and that's, I think, the same exact design. And it's pretty solid. The suspension isn't quite as impressive as the new one, as the Warthog Rally Hog, but it's still pretty good. Question number 5. For the lore, design, and gameplay. So far, that seems to be kind of the general response, is like Halo's just so well-rounded. You know, some games excel in one aspect and fall short in the other. Halo seems to overall hit all the bases enough. Number 6, Spartans. Okay, so we got somebody that 100% likes Spartans. I think that's 2. So far we had 2 people that went with Spartans and 1 person that went with Marines, and everybody else said ODST. Question number 7. 20 small sets and medium. 20 sets, small and medium. 2 big sets and a lot of figures from the blind bags, Heroes series, and the customizer packs. That is a collection to be proud of. That's not a small collection at all. And then question number 8. Sometimes for stop motion and photos. Very cool. And it says, congratulations, advanced by the 4K subscribers. Thank you, 13 Redfire. I appreciate it. Alright, then we have Carter Wilson. Question number 1. I used to collect both, but now mainly Mega Halo stuff. Yep. Question number 2. First Mega set was the 10th anniversary Warthog Run. Wow, so that set was a lot of people's first. I didn't realize that set had brought in so many people, like started so many collections. I kind of thought it was just kind of slipped in and slipped out, but guess I was wrong. Question number 3. I'm a big fan of Halo and like to have all the characters. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, there's something about like watching a movie or playing a game and then being able to have all the little figures that match the movie or game, being able to fiddle with those. It just makes the experience of the movie or game feel more complete. Question number 4. Pretty much anything from CE's campaign because we need sets from it. That's true. I don't think we've gotten anything in terms of sets CE related. Like, we got the Halo Heroes CE Chief twice. It's the Series 8 and then the Series 10 version. And then the CE Chief from the MCC set, and then Johnson and Cortana. And that's it. We haven't got any real sets, unless you want to count the designer Scorpion, since he came from, since the red CE Spartan came from that set. It's just a Scorpion, so I don't know if that necessarily could be counted as CE. So yeah, and with Universe, again, anything is possible, so we might get to see some CE stuff pretty soon. Question number 5. Halo was my first console game ever, and I have the most fun playing it. That seems to be kind of a trend as well. Like, Halo is kind of the first game that people start playing, and it just kind of sticks. Question number 6. Spartans, although ODSTs are sick too. So, we got 3 for Spartans now. Number 7. My set collection isn't the biggest, but my figure collection is a lot. Well, that makes sense. Mega makes it really easy to get a lot of figures, especially with the blind bags and like figure customizer packs and all that. And you might not necessarily have a lot of like vehicles like this or like the Wasp, but you can have a lot of figures. So that makes a lot of sense. Then question number 8, not really. Well, maybe you should give some photos or something a try. I mean, all it takes, like I said, is phone and a couple figures. Go set them up in the dirt, snap the picture, and there you go. All right, next we have Gavin Martin. Question number 1. I do both. I'm somewhat of a completionist for Halo Mega and get sets that interest me with LEGO, usually Creator Expert line. To be honest, I think, in my opinion, the best way to collect is to just get the sets that really interest you. I know for some people, part of the fun is collecting the whole line, and if that's just how you collect, that's just how you collect. But if you're one of those people that isn't really sure how they collect, I would definitely say just collect by getting the sets that really interest you. Also, the Creator Expert line is pretty cool. I actually have, out of camera right now, 2 of the Creator Expert modular buildings up on this shelf here. Question number 2. My first Lego one was the Clone Wars Anakin's Fighter, and my first Halo set was EVA's Last Stand. EVA's Last Stand needs a reboot. Come on, Mega. Halo Universe line, give us a new style EVA's Last Stand and let us build the whole Warthog. Please. That would be amazing. I don't know which Anakin's Fighter this would be, depending on the year. I think Lego has done like 8 different Anakin Starfighters at the time of the recording of this video, so that could be a lot of different ones. Question number 3. Because I got into the games for Halo, but Lego was my dad, he had a massive collection, but my Mimi sold most of it. So, I guess if I'm understanding correctly, you got your Halo or your Lego collecting from your dad, but most of your collection is gone? Question number 4. The Spirit that came out during a dark age. Oh, that was the big one. That was a SIG series set, I think. And Lego would be the Green Grocer, which is, for those of you who don't know, that is a modular building, and it's one of the originals, I think, and it's very expensive now. Like, very expensive. Question number 5. I love Halo because of the massive set pieces and the idea of a super soldier who can do basically anything he puts his mind to. Yeah, you know, it's hard to get much better than that. You know, the super soldier. I mean, why do you think Captain America is so popular? Question number 6. ODST all the way. They are so cool, dropping feet first into hell and all that. ODSTs again. I think if this were to be a vote and like the factions would be winning something, I don't know, just everybody's favorite, ODSTs would 100% be everyone's favorite. Question number 7. I have around 95-ish sealed sets and more than half of that on display on a shelf. I have a massive drawer under my bed with tons of Lego. I have a full desk with 2 shelf layers on it and 8 shelves on top of my dresser for good measure. Wow. 95 sets? And that's sealed? That's a lot. Question number 8. No, I don't. I like to keep things how they are on the box if I can, but I do pose them in ways that make them look good on the shelf. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like doing that, you know, keeping your set complete and making sure like all the stuff from the set stays together. That's a pretty good way to do things. All right, Enigma. Yeah, Enigma actually was one of the winners of the Spartan giveaway. Question number 1. Enigma says they collect both. Question number 2. Lego 70401 Gold Getaway. That was an agent set, I think. And actually, if it's a set I'm thinking of, that was almost my very first set with minifigures. Question number 3. Because I liked being able to build whatever I wanted. That's true. You pretty much have, with both Lego and Mega, you don't really have any limits except what you can, number 1, get in terms of parts, and number 2, what you can think of. Question number 4. Lego Whiplash / Iron Man fight. That would be pretty cool. And honestly, it might be possible now that Lego is kind of doing the Infinity Saga where they're going back and filling in holes in the Marvel lineup that they're doing. I mean, we already got a set for Iron Man 1, so we might be able to get one for Iron Man 2. We did get the Mark V armor, but we haven't gotten Whiplash. Question number 5. I just like the Hayabusa armor, LOL. I mean, it's a Spartan and it's a ninja put into one. How can you not like it? And unfortunately, no, we're not really going to be able to see it come back in Mega form. However, the new one, what's it called? Dang it, now I can't remember the name. The new, like, samurai one. Somebody drop the name in the comments, and I know as soon as I read that comment, I'm going to go, I knew it. Question number 6. ODSTs. ODSTs again, what can I say? Question number 7. Over 90 brick sets. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't even know if I would say I have 90 sets in my collection. So, that's pretty impressive. Question number 8. I'm an amateur stop motion animator. Ooh, very cool. I'm always impressed when people actually like really do the stop motion animation because, like I said, I have done it in the past and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, a lot of dedication. All right, next up, Leo Pixels. Question number 1. I never had a single Lego set in my life, so I only collect Mega. Maybe you should try getting a Lego set. Like one of the cars. I think you'll be impressed. Question number 2, the Marine Defense set. Oh, so that's fairly recent. That's a fairly recent set, and I would say it's a pretty good one to start on. You get a pretty well-rounded selection there. No named figures, but you don't necessarily need named figures to start a collection. Question number 3, because I started watching The Domain, I thought Mega Construx were cool. Well, Simon, if you happen to be watching this video, that's like the second or third person that we've heard from in this video that your channel brought them into collecting, so keep it up. Question number 4, a CE multiplayer set. Okay, so there was some, back when the Clash on the Ring blind bags came out, Kevin MCX showed us some prototypes that were scrapped, and there was like a purple CE Spartan and a black one and a blue one, and there was one other color, maybe pink, that were scrapped. So the blue one's coming in a new blind bag series, but imagine if they brought in just like a handful of those other scrapped colors into a multiplayer set. I think that would be really, really cool. Question number 5, because my mom and dad used to play Halo back in the day. Oh, very interesting. I think that's the first time we've had somebody's parents having been played it, and that's why they're a fan of the game. Question number 6. Marines are always fun, even though they're mostly cannon fodder. Unfortunately, you're correct. Like, people love Marines, but in the game, they just kind of are there for Chief to yoink the weapons from, or in Infinite, say, you're safe, and then drive him off a cliff. So, yeah, they kind of get the short end of the stick a lot. Question number 7, not big at all. I started collecting a year back, but my economic issues do not allow me to collect regular. Yeah, collecting is not, it's not really cheap, especially when scalpers decide to corner the market on everything and then take the price and shoot it through the ceiling. Yeah. Question number 8, I want to use them for stop motions, but I don't have the materials to make them. Yeah, I understand that. Like I said, you do need some equipment and some space to do stop motions properly, so understandable. Next up, Jacob Horn. I prefer Mega. Oh, this is question number 1. I prefer Mega, but I don't hate Lego, just don't collect it. Fair enough. I think if we had more people with that mindset, there would be less clashes between the fan base, which in my opinion, there is absolutely no reason for the fan bases to clash. Like, if you like one, you like one. If you like the other, you like the other. If you like them both, that's great. Question number 2. I can't remember my first Lego set because I used to get so many and haven't in so long, but my first Mega set was the Coastal Intercept in the Call of Duty Mega Bloks line. Okay, I think I know what set that is. I'm really not familiar with the Call of Duty line a lot, but I think I know what the set that is. And it's, okay, the old Call of Duty, the thing that I think was amazing about those is the fact that Mega's box art was actual real photographs. I think that was amazing. Just seeing an example of what can be done by photographing the set on the official box. I really wish they still did that, especially like, you know, with the Halo stuff. That would be amazing. Let's see. Question number 3. I started collecting Lego because as a kid, everyone did. I used to read books and guides and was just so fascinated with them. My first Mega Bloks purchase, not set, was a green ODST drop pod because I liked how Halo looked, and I slowly got into it from there. Yeah, that's what is it, the second or third person that got into Halo just because of how it looked. And I mean, I agree, just looking at the Spartans and the ODSTs, it's hard not to want to know more. Question number 4. I would love to see a Lego set of Obi-Wan's High Ground, just the mountain with Ewan McGregor. I mean, Lego's not much into making meme sets, and I guess technically we did get the high ground set with the what is it, Mustafar Duel or whatever it was. It came out a couple years ago. But honestly, that would be hilarious if it was just like, or even a polybag. That would actually be hilarious. Just a polybag and a little rock with just enough space for him to stand on top of. I bet that would sell like crazy. Mega-wise, I would love to see a Ghost of Onyx set with the SPI armor. Kurt is my favorite Spartan, so even a Heroes would be perfect. Well, once again, Halo Universe is coming, and we have seen Oni lock in his partial armor from the short movie, or I don't even know if it's short. Why did they name this movie? Anyway, I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, if that version of Locke can be made into a Heroes figure, I don't see why stuff from the books and whatnot wouldn't be made. Okay, let's see. Question number 5. So I bought the ODST drop pod mentioned above when I was young, and I liked it a lot. So I watched some Halo gameplay and stuff. But what really got me into Halo was when I was 13 and got a book, Halo Glasslands, for free from my library and fell in love with the universe. So I got Halo CE and 2 on PC and played them both through several times. I really love the characters and story Halo has to offer. Oh, that's cool. So starting with, so kind of went Mega Construx, then the book, and then the games itself. It's pretty cool. Question number 6. I'm pretty sure we know the answer at this point. ODST. Question number 7. How big is your collection? It isn't massive, just a few shelves of figures and some smaller sets, but it's a good handful of figures, maybe 45 or so. Yeah, that's a solid collection. Again, like, think about these figures in terms of being large size action figures. 45, like if they were McFarlane figures, 45 would be absolutely huge. Sure, you'd be like, well, they're cheaper or whatever. They work the same way. They're just a little bit smaller. So that's really not a small collection at all. Question number 8. I mostly just play around with figures from time to time, but I have attempted photos. That's cool. I mean, they are, at the end of the day, they are toys. They're very highly articulated, highly detailed toys, but like I said before, if you're bored, you have nothing to do, just sitting here, posing up your figures, setting up some battle scenes, you know, swooshing around the Wasp, that kind of thing. That's what they're for. Also, like the Wasp is very swooshable. You can grab it perfectly and swoosh it around. And then they say congratulations on 4K subs. Thank you very much. All right, so we're getting to the very end. So we have James likes. He's very straight and to the point. Question number 1, both. Question number 2, I don't know. Well, fair enough. Question number 3, I got a set for Christmas. Question number 4, the Halo elephant. Well, there's 2 elephants. I'm going to assume it's the original one, though. Question number, what is this? 5, the games. Question number 6, Spartan. So we got another Spartan fan. Question number 7, over 100,000 bricks. That's a big collection. Then question number 8, not really any of those. Very cool. Oh yeah, and right above, the Carnival 3000 says congrats. Thank you, Carnival 3000. And then we have Arbiter Productions, last but not least. Question number 1, I mainly collect Mega, but I have a few Lego Star Wars and Harry Potter sets. Once again, Halo and Halo Mega Construx and Star Wars fitting together. Question number 2, first Lego was a SpongeBob boat mobile, and the first MCX was a Space Banshee Blitz. That was the Halo Wars 2 Banshee, I think. And yeah, I know the SpongeBob set you're talking about. Question number 3, Lego, I don't know, to be honest. I started collecting Mega Construx because of Halo. Alright? Question number 4, the Scarab. Yeah, honestly, I would like to see a new Scarab, because the old Scarab is a good set, but there's just some of the ways it's built that looks older. And then, question number 5. Halo 3 was one of my first games and still a favorite of mine. It was a big part of my childhood, pretty much. Question number 6. Spartans. We've got another Spartan. If elites were an option, though, definitely elites. You know, I didn't even think to add elites because I was thinking in terms of UNSC. But yeah, I would have been very interested to see how ODSTs fared against elites. Question number 7. Pretty small. I really started collecting around the 10th anniversary. I really only got Halo Heroes before that. Well, even if you only got Halo Heroes before that, you're lucky because a lot of Halo Heroes are now very expensive. Question number 8. I've done a few stop motions, but mainly dioramas, mocks, and photos. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so that is the end of all of our official answers, but now we're going to go over to the post and look at the few stragglers that didn't make it into this one. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get to the other post. Wait, where am I? Here we go. So right here. Oh, I may end up splitting this into 2 videos because this is really long. It's longer than I was anticipating. So I might just kind of chop it in the middle and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we've got a couple here that, like I said, are stragglers. CK19 asks, what set would you like to see now that the Halo Universe line has been announced? So I was just actually thinking about this the other day. I'll talk more about this in my video where I compare the 20th anniversary Jerome to Halo Heroes Jerome, because actually he's hiding back here, but I did manage to get my hands on a Halo Heroes Jerome, and I'm going to be doing a comparison to the 20th anniversary one. So I'll talk about this more then, but basically we have a new version of Jerome, but he doesn't match the rest of Red Team, like Douglas and Alice. And as it is, Alice is ridiculously hard to get. So I would absolutely love to see Mega do something like they did with the Falcon and give us a set that has all of Red Team, all of the updated versions of Red Team. So I don't know like what vehicle. Honestly, my absolute dream set would be if they did a build of the research outpost on the Ark that that Red Team first met Atriox in. So like just have Red Team and then an updated Atriox. I think that would be excellent. Leo Pixels said, plot twist, I subscribed 1,000 times just to have another Q&A. If you have 1,000 other accounts, that's a little bit suspicious. Inferno Bro says, congratulations. By the way, how and why did you start your channel? Well, I think I touched on this a little bit in my last Q&A, but basically, the how was I had a camera and I had all of these sets and I was going to be buying them anyway, so I started recording. And the why is, like I said, I have these sets, I would be buying them anyway, and I have a camera. And I want to make sure that there's enough information for people out there to be able to see what they're getting. Like, I really like, before I'm buying something, to be able to research it pretty thoroughly and see other people's opinions and see what problems whatever it is I'm buying might have and what pluses it has. So being able to put out information for people to be able to make their choices is kind of the biggest why of what I'm doing. And then Soggy Augie asks, what's your favorite weapon from Halo Infinite? Oh, that's hard. Favorite weapon? I don't know. I might go with the Commando. I didn't like it at first. I thought it looked like a Call of Duty weapon. But seeing it like in the game, and like the way it shoots, where it's kind of like little bursts, and then like just the way it's designed, it's really cool. I really do like that. But it's hard to say because like it's hard to beat just the normal like AR or BR. And then you've got things like the fusion coils, which are now weapons that you can just yeet. So it's a hard choice, but I think I would say the Commando rifle. Well, there you have it. That is the 4K Q&A video. And at the rate we're going, we're going to hit 5K so soon. like ridiculously soon. I don't think we're going to do it by the end of the year, but honestly, I wouldn't put anything past you guys because the number is just rocketing up. You guys are awesome. So before I close off this video, I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of a sneak peek of a project that I'm planning. So I've had people ask me in the past if I would do vlog style, like Mega Construx hunting videos, and I am in the process of making that request a reality. There's going to be a bit of a twist to it, however, one that is going to require a lot of work and a fair amount of money. So the work part I will actually document. So we'll have a series of videos about that once I get a hold of it. But if you want to help contribute to this project, go ahead and join the channel. I'll be doing updates that might not make it to the general channel posts. I might just do some update post straight to the members. So if you want to definitely keep up to date on things, join the early access gang, and yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. But it's pretty exciting. I hope to be able to launch this project early next year, but we'll see how things go. So that's all we're going to do for now. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so I lied. The video's not actually over because we had 2 more answer comments come in, like pretty much right after I finished recording, and they were so close to making it that I didn't want to just leave them out. So we're going to go ahead and go through these real quick. So we have Alex Ings 09. Hopefully I said that correctly. Question number 1, Mega. So straight up, just a Mega Construx fan. No holds barred, just Mega Construx. Question number 2, Mega COD SEAL Team / Lego, not sure. It's been so long I can't recall. Yeah, that's fair. A lot of people seem to not be able to like actually remember their first Lego set because you get Lego when you're so young. Question number 3, Lego is just something I grew up with. When Christmas came around, I always get the new Star Wars sets, in which I was interested in, but later I was given an Xbox 360 and found a love for COD and Halo. After finding love for these games and having a passion for bricks, the later discovery of Mega would be groundbreaking and really a 2-and-2 easy situation to start collecting. Yeah, that's very true, because as I've said before, Lego really doesn't do anything like Halo or even Call of Duty. Like, Lego would never, ever touch Call of Duty. And even if they tried to do Halo, I really think that they would fail. Question number 4. I don't collect Lego anymore, but my dream Mega set is the Ghosts Blackhawk. If I remember correctly, that's a very, very expensive set now. It was like, what, a $60, $70 set originally, but now it's like super, super expensive. Question number 5. I was given my uncle's old 360 at a young age. He had lots of games already downloaded, but Halo stood out to me. Upon playing it, I realized how awesome it really was. That's cool. That's very cool. Question number 6. ODSTs. Literally, it has been ODST fans all the way. Question number 7. Humongous, though I'm not a super collector, as if I was, I'd have an even bigger collection. Yeah. Well, again, it's a little hard to say, like, the size of your collection without photos, because, like I said before, some people might look at something and go, oh, that's small, and other people might look at it and go, oh, that's giant, and, you know, it's just kind of relative. Question number 8. No, but I'm planning on doing so. I'm very interested in seeing the results, so go ahead and post them somewhere. The subreddit would be best if you have Reddit. I would love to see that. And then Pixel Forge animations. I know I said that you were too late, Pixel Forge, but I decided to go ahead and get this in because you were so close. So close. I literally had just finished recording and your comment came through, so I wanted to go ahead and get it in. Question number 1. Mainly Mega. My Legos are in the attic. Well, I mean, at least you still have them. If I were you, I'd go through that, and if you're just collecting Mega,
selling whatever Legos you have might help fund your mega collection, because you never know. Some of the older Legos especially are pretty expensive now. Question number 2, one of the Spartan customizer packs. So, like the one that I reviewed, or I think, wasn't there one with like dark red and like lime green as well, I think? Question number 3, they are really cool in my opinion. Plus, I like Halo and the sheer detail. Yes, yes indeed. Question number 4, currently the Razorback. It's a black Warthog. It looks cooler than any of the Hogs. Actually, as I'm recording this, I have the Razorback right next to me loaded up with a little squad of Marines. And it is pretty cool looking. The actual set itself is not 100% accurate to the on-screen vehicle, but that doesn't make the set any less cool. It is very, very, very nice. Question number 5, too long of a response. Basically, it is cool. Well, that sums it up. Very nice and clean. Question number 6, Marines and Spartans. So we got a little bit more support for Marines and Spartans. The ODSTs still win out, but we got a few people. Question number 7, only 40 figs and a few vehicles. That's still a perfectly respectable collection. Like, that's totally fine. Like I said before, a collection isn't necessarily good because of how large it is. It's good because of how happy you are with it. And question number 8, all 3. Ooh, okay. I'll have to go and look at Pixel Forge's channel and see what he's got on there then. Okay, so now that is the official end of the video, and I will see you guys next time.